It was an overcast day in September, and I remember it as if it was yesterday. My 5-year-old daughter got off the bus and walked towards the house, and I was on the floor in the foyer, just rocking myself back and forth, just filled with panic and anxiety that I just couldn't be there for her. I ended up just falling to the floor even more in the fetal position, and so ashamed that I couldn't fulfill the basic needs of being a mom. And my greatest fear was realized when she walked in the door and saw me like that. I realized in that moment how sick I was and that I needed help, but it still took a month for me because I was so clinging on to denial that nothing was wrong. I was admitted into a psychiatric ward with major depression, which they believe was stemmed from untreated postpartum depression. And it was there that I made 3 attempts on my life. I tried reading books from the hospital library, and I just even went into further overwhelm. I mean, these books were written by PhDs and doctors and were very clinical in nature and just filled with tiny font and really big books. And it just made the overwhelm and the depression even worse. And then I just felt so ashamed that I couldn't even read a book. I didn't feel gotten when I looked through these books, that no one understood what I was going through. I just longed to read something that I could relate to. I wrote A Quiet Strong Voice by meditating and taking myself back to the actual moments, feeling and experiencing them all over again. Much of my own healing occurred over the 7 years it took to write it. Um, During that time, I learned to give myself grace and compassion and patience to heal and eventually now be depression free. So, what really kept me going through the process was that healing journey, but also knowing how many people this book can help. There are 350 million people across the world affected by depression, and that's not counting all the loved ones that are supporting them. So, my hope is when you read A Quiet Strong Voice, that you hold my hand through the journey as you're reading it and realize that you're not alone. And for those of you who are helping a loved one go through this journey, that you're educated and have resources and tools to help them. It's my hope that by us talking more about depression, learning about it, that we come to a place of understanding and compassion. And that's when the healing can occur. So I invite you to purchase A Quiet Strong Voice, www.aquietstrongvoice.com. And I hope that it brings you inspiration, hope, resources, and tools on your journey.